Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is Dr. Renee and Dr. Kelly again.
Hello.
You guys, this is week 18. Can't believe that. It's just so unbelievable. Like what happened to our lives? Like week 18. So, today we're going to talk about it's Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, the month of July. So, we are going to talk about that because there's been some recent news, and then also because we talked about mental health a little sprinkle here and there, but today we need to focus on it since it is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, and because of the internet being a buzz about a certain celebrity. So we will definitely cover that. So you guys know I have to do my watch party. Why is this thing acting up? It's like my phone doesn't know how to do watch parties anymore. Hold on.
I got paged out of my sleep, but I am like, ooh.
When your sleep gets disrupted, it is just horrible. And I don't think I've gotten 7 hours sleep in a heartbeat. So it's been a minute, and it is wearing on me. I'm just like, oh my God. But so, Dr. Kelly and we do these on each other's pages. So Dr. Kelly gave 3 really fabulous tips on how to protect your mental health. I think that is also important 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 12 months out of the year. But especially during the 2 pandemics, COVID-19 and racial injustice, these 2 pandemics are enough to send anybody over the edge. So it is really, really, really important that you protect your mental health right now, because you just don't know. Whatever is said to you, Karens are going crazy. The Karen could say the wrong thing and that sends you over there. You just don't know. Karen at work, at the hospital, whatever, you never know. So it's really important that we protect our mental health. So Dr. Kelly said really great points. She said, one, you have to curate the friends around you. That is absolutely, absolutely necessary, because if you have a whole bunch of sad people around you, guess what? You're going to be the third, fourth, fifth, or whatever, sixth sad person. Isn't that right?
Or like even like people who always see the glass half empty, who always have that pessimistic perspective. I'm not saying that you're going to abandon your friends in their moments of need, but I'm saying you just have to be so careful what you allow into your space. And not only like girlfriends, but even like romantic relationships. Like you need to really be mindful of what you allow into your space. Because like you said, anybody who was kind of teetering on the edge when it came to their mental health, with this pandemic, they have been knocked right over the edge. Like feelings of anxiety, depression, loneliness, people who have been sheltering in place by themselves. Like I was talking to a patient this week and she was like, quarantining by yourself, it hit different. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It really hits different when you are by yourself. And I mean, I love my own company. Like I really do. I think I'm an introvert in nature. So if I'm around people too much, I need to withdraw and recharge. So it hasn't been totally awful, but there are times when you just miss having that human connection. And that can make someone very lonely and can lead to feelings of depression. So this has been a really tough time for all of us.
Yeah, it really has. I sheltered in place by myself for 14 weeks, and I barely saw the delivery people because I did contactless delivery drop-offs. So usually I had them knock on the door and leave my packages there. So I didn't see a single soul unless I happened to run into somebody in the hallway in my building when I was going to the laundry or to pick up my mail. But even that, I didn't pick up the mail daily anymore and stuff. So it does hit very differently when you're by yourself. But coming from this, you can learn all sorts of new coping mechanisms, because we can't go to concerts, but there's concerts online. As a matter of fact, last Friday I saw Morris Day in the Time, not Morris Day in the Time, Morris, it wasn't Morris Day in the Time, whatever, it was Morris Day, Cameo, Mary Jane Girls, and I know I forgot somebody, I think, but it was really great concert. Ready for the World. And I've seen a BBD concert. I've seen Carl Thomas. I've seen Raheem Devon, Case. I've seen a whole bunch of concerts. And that has been great because I'm a concert goer. So for me to be able to at least see that, even if I'm not in the arena or in the theater, it was great. For people who have families that are not sheltering in place by themselves, play board games. I love board games. When I get married and have my children, they are going to just have to love board games because I love a good board game. I'm very competitive and I love board games. So play board games. That's so, there's all sorts of things. I was telling Dr. Kelly how there was sip and paint. You can, I was invited and all you had to do was respond by a certain date and they shipped you your package with your paint and your wine and I think a glass too in it. So then all you did was go on Zoom and you're sip and painting with your girlfriends.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta find creative ways to express ourselves and find joy. Like, if you want to pick up painting or I don't know, gardening. I dabbled with embroidery for like a quick second. I didn't like it. So I was like, no, I don't like it anymore.
Right.
But just be creative. A lot of things that used to bring color and texture to our life, we don't have that anymore. So we just have to be creative in finding other things. A lot of us, we're so busy working and striving and grinding that we don't have like real hobbies.
You're right.
So now it's time to rediscover or find out for the first time what you like, what your hobbies are.
I know a lot of people are reading books. I had a friend who had never listened to an audiobook before, who listened to an audiobook last week. So all these things that you never did, try. So the thing that was in the news was that Tamar Braxton, they said that she was found unresponsive last night. She had been drinking and they said she took an unknown number of prescription pills. It sounds like a suicide attempt is what they were saying. And I pray that, she gets the help that she needs because she has a whole lot of living to do. And so that's what we're saying. If you're not feeling well and something is not right, then this whole, what we're going through right now will send you over because it's this is just not normal. People need interaction. People need physical touch. All of these things that we can't do, people need that. And so if you can't experience that, like those poor people that are sick in the hospital and basically have to say goodbye to their loved ones via the iPad and wave, that's just not normal. Some strange...
their family members having to move on, knowing that they couldn't be there for their loved ones.
Exactly. Some strange nurse is holding up the face, the iPad and saying, okay, here's Johnny. No, it's not normal. And so for anyone who's lost anyone during this, oh my God, the funerals aren't normal. Like everything is not normal. And so you have to do whatever it is you can to protect what you have and going forward. So this could be a time when, because we are sitting here, we have to figure out you have no choice but to see all the crazy things that go on in your life and be like, wait a minute, this is not normal. I cannot go on like this. So while you're doing that self-reflection, maybe you do need to get a mental health professional, maybe it's psychiatrist, therapist, counselor, whatever. Is it a marriage counselor, relationship counselor, or is it a family counselor because you have been in the house with your children for the last 5 months? You know what I mean? And you finally realize, oh my goodness gracious.
Right.
So whatever it is, please call them and don't let money be an object. Money is not going to be a barrier. There's way too much free help out there right now, especially telemedicine wise. You cannot let that be a barrier. You need to contact. You can Google and find there's all sorts of resources. And when I get the resources from my earlier with blackdoctor.org, I'll post them here as well. But definitely make sure you contact someone. If you notice abnormal,
go through your insurance company.
Yes, call them. Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes
their website
sometimes the copay is like as if you were seeing your primary care doctor, so it doesn't really have to be expensive.
Right. And so just make sure you get the help and don't let money be a barrier to you being well, because people don't realize, but mental health is just as important as your physical and spiritual health.
Don't let shame be a barrier either. Like, you are the only one who has to sit and live with your feelings and your emotions. So don't let what other people might think about you. If you see a therapist, if you see a psychiatrist, like who cares? Like you need to be well for you. You need to be happy for you. So don't let shame and embarrassment be a barrier for you to getting help as well.
Exactly. And so, as we know, a lot of shame is in our communities, as Black communities, as West Indian communities. There is a lot of shame with mental health and getting getting help if you need help. But you shouldn't have any shame. You should just like if your car was broken and you go to the mechanic, or if you had a heart attack and you need to see a cardiologist, the exact same thing. And there
Great
should be no
analogy.
shame in that. No shame in going to see the person that can help you to feel better. You guys, life is really wonderful once it is full of color and life. So if it is really dark and you're having trouble getting out of the bed and, answering the phone or text message, then you should probably see somebody, because it doesn't have to be that way. And you might not need medication. It might be as simple as just having a conversation with somebody on a regular basis for them to help you to weed through whatever it is going on in your life. So, but that was it. Next week is week 19. Dear God.
Listen, I am reclaiming 2020. All of my dreams and prayers are going to be answered this year in the midst of the pandemic.
I touch and agree.
Yes.
Because I've been having some really amazing wins through this whole pandemic. Thank you, Jesus.
Blessing after blessing, girl.
Blessing after blessing. Literally. Just all sorts of, new gigs and projects and clients. So I'm very grateful.
Money is coming to us.
Money is coming to us. And we are able to do all the wonderful things that we wanted to do with it. To make all the difference in the world that we wanted to make. We have a comment. Oh, somebody said amen. Amen, right? And so, so definitely please, like I said, once you get your mental health straight, then use this time while we're on pause and we can't do anything else to, look, get a raise, get a new job. I know folks getting new jobs out here. You guys just not paying attention.
Get a new man.
Get a new man, a new woman. Look, get a couple of them. These apps are hot right now. You guys are not paying attention. Like I said, you get your mental health together and then you can enjoy all of this wonderful life. 2020 does not have to be canceled. Doesn't have to be canceled. We can still have a good 2020. And so it's July. It's a beautiful day. Most places in the country today. Please go out, get your little vitamin D. Don't go too far if you're going to go without your mask. Get your little vitamin D and get that sunlight. Let it hit you and then get back in your house. But thank you so much, Dr. Kelly. And we will see you guys again next week. Bye.